Now, moving on to the next topic, that is Darwin's theory of natural selection. In Darwin's theory of natural selection, what happens? Charles Darwin is a very famous scientist, and he was always bent upon explaining new things which processes mind. So, acha, let me unmute. No, first of all, let me explain you this part. Then I will discuss you with the problems. Okay. So, talking about Charles Darwin is a very inquisitive scientist, and he is a very primitive scientist, and he explained the theory of natural selection. That means how a particular population will survive, how a particular population can move forward in their generations. In this way, they have explained the how characteristics are being evoluted from one generation to another. His theory was effectively presented in the world in 1859 when his book The Origin of Species was published. This book, Origin of Species, written by Charles Darwin, is very famous book, and this book was published in the year 1859. He has conducted all his experiments in the 18th century, and all the things are being written down in the form of the book Origin of Species. Now, his Darwin's mainly the his theory mainly is based on the 5 principles. Okay, what are the 5 principles? Principles of Darwin's theory. First principle is overproduction. All species have a tendency and the potential to increase at a geometric rate. All organisms produce more organisms, but only a few survive. That means overproduction. That means actually about from the term overproduction, he does not want to mention the humans. We basically want to explain the animal kingdom mainly. He explained that a particular species produce offsprings in huge number. Okay, so every organisms are always have a potential to increase their number in geometric rate. Okay, the number of population increases in a geometric rate, all organisms produce more organisms, but only a few survive. Okay, that means he wants to say that suppose a particular dog is producing 5 to 6 piglets, your small dogs, then baby dogs actually, then not necessary that all of them will survive. So the who is the fittest, survival of the fittest term is very important. That means the particular dog who are capable of surviving can only survive in the nature, and the dogs which are not capable of sustaining the pressure of the nature will perish away. Okay, so in this way they explain the term overproduction. Then another is competition. Due to environmental pressure, the organisms within a population must compete with each other to survive. What does he mean by this term competition? He wants to say that environmental pressure, that means environment or nature will always create some pressure on a particular organism who has just been given birth. So what happens, the every person will compete with another person to survive in a particular environment. Okay, that means suppose a bunch of piglets are reproduced, so that piglets will fight among themselves, or the chickens will fight among themselves, and the best survivor or the fittest will always survive. Okay, this is the condition of the your uh, competition. That means there is a constant competition between the different type of people, different type of populations. Okay, so there should be a constant competition between the different varieties of species. Okay, now moving on to the next principle. Variation. Individuals in a population vary greatly in their characteristics. That means they should vary a lot from one variety to another so that they can survive in a particular region. Adaptation. Individuals who best adapt to the environment are the ones who will most likely to survive. This is known as survival of the fittest. The survival of the fittest is proposed by Darwin, and this is the most famous law he has proposed. He has stated that the person who can adapt in a particular environment, individual who can adapt in a particular environment will only be able to survive, otherwise he will not survive, because he he don't have the characteristics to survive in a particular condition. So the particular individual who have the characteristics to fight with the environment will only survive, and the other offsprings will not survive. Natural selection, individuals having survival of the fittest. Okay, then natural selection is individuals having favorable traits will produce more offsprings, and those with unfavorable traits will produce fewer offspring. That means a particular individual who is very much healthy and who is very much better adapted to the environment are can produce more offspring than a inferior one. That means the inferior one will produce less offspring, and day by day it will lose its generation, and ultimately they will vanish. That means natural selection. That means nature only allows a particular individual to grow or survive or die. Okay, all the decisions are mainly taken by the nature, and so the selection of a particular population growth naturally is known as natural selection. Okay, so natural selection is mainly favored in case of a particular population where they are better adapting in a particular environment. Speciation. Speciation means the process in which new genetically distinct species usually evolve as a result of genetic isolation from the main population. Okay, then speciation means when a distinct species usually evolve as a result of genetic isolation from the main population. That means the speciation is a process in which the new genetical species evolve. That means your particular individual is adapting into the environment and making changes within its genetic makeup. So the new species which is generating out of the whole process, and the whole process is known as speciation. Okay, so Darwin has proposed that speciation will occur, changes will take place, and this change will allow a particular individual to survive in a particular environment. All these things were regulated by the mother earth. Okay, nature basically.